A lot of people have been asking me, yo, when are you going to make the portfolio update? When are you going to let us know what's going on? Um, I'm here. I'm going to start off by saying if this video can get 4 likes, I'll keep making these updates. Shout out to Homer, Tony, Chris. It's been a crazy year in 2024. I'm going to go through and update you about each one of my positions, what I've been buying, what I've been selling, show you the dividends I've been getting, showing you how much the return is. I'll quickly go over the week. It's been a rough week in the market. I feel like a lot of people make these videos only when it's like a good day or a good week for them. So um, I'm going to make it anyway, even though it's not been the best week or month for me. We're up 0.11% as of this video. It could very well drop. But you see, we were way higher at the beginning of December before the Fed meeting. If you didn't know, they said that they're going to cut interest rates only twice next year when they were going to do it 3 times. So a lot of people are a little bit negative about the market, but whatever. Um, we're up 47% year to date, $28,000, $28,000 on the year, and 37,000 all time. Um, we got $96 to buy whatever stocks we want, and let me go through quickly. So real quick, crypto is not a big part of my portfolio. I buy and sell crypto throughout various parts of my life. We have $1,000 worth of Dogecoin. We're up $366 or 50%. We have $200 worth of Bitcoin. We're up $166 or 230%. We have $126 of Ethereum. We're up $50, and Ethereum Classic. We're up $8, 2 shares. Okay. Into the meat and potatoes, we have Apple. Um, I love Apple. I know a lot of people hate it, especially Android users, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they're kind of scummy with all their subscriptions and their ecosystem or whatever. But as a company that makes money, I think they're great. I bought a lot of this earlier this year. I had 10 shares for a while, and ended up doubling our position. And it's gone pretty good this year, kind of having a monster year. Um, as you can see, back then they were at 165 earlier this year, and they're trading at 250. They pay a pretty decent dividend of $5. I mean, when I say decent, I mean modest, 0.39% dividend yield. But yeah, I don't see Apple going anywhere. I really like how they manage their store. I know iPhones don't really upgrade every year, but people are going to get iPhones anyway. They're super easy to use. My great 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 grandma could be resurrected at 150 years old and be able to use an iPhone. And yeah, they're great. Adobe, I bought this. When did I buy this? A while ago. I liked Adobe because of their software, but they are also pretty scummy with how much they want to charge for everything, like Photoshop and all that. I will not be adding to this position anytime soon, or maybe ever. We might just ride it out. We'll see. They had pretty tremendous growth for a while here. Then they dropped down real cheap, then climbed back up, and yeah. But all time, they've been doing pretty great. So we'll see. I'm not too worried about it though. American Eagle, I have 3 shares of this. Why do I have 3 shares of this? I think I had like $50 left in my account. I saw they were at a pretty big dip. Women love American Eagle. Um, Men like American Eagle too. I think my uncle spent like $500. He's like 50 at American Eagle, and yeah, he hopped on TRT and then decided to buy $500 worth of American Eagle clothes. So, yep, we're up 38%, and they pay us 38 cents every quarter. So yeah. Next up is Ally Financial. They are the ones that took care of my car loan. I really liked how their app was set up, and they also have high interest rate savings accounts, so which are very in style right now. I bought 10 shares at 14.99 right when the pandemic was going on, or right after, somewhere in here. And I didn't have a lot of money then, and they have been really taking off. I get $3 every quarter, and they are up 132%. So that's been a great performer for me. AMD, I know there was a boomer in my last video that hated on AMD, and you might be right because Nvidia is pretty dominant over them, and like look what's going on with Intel. But they were at like $70 a share, and he basically told me I was an idiot and I don't know anything about stocks, which I don't. But they have been doing pretty well. They've been having a rough year lately, though, down 10%. They were absolutely killing it. They got a lot of competition. They make the best gaming CPUs ever, but they're gonna have to do more than that if they want to compete with Nvidia. So we'll see. Um, they're a little overpriced right now, but we are up $800 on this stock on our or 15 shares, so not too bad. We'll see though. We'll see. Amazon, obviously, Amazon is a powerhouse. I use it all the time. Um, I'm surprised this isn't the most valuable company in the world. Also, not just their shopping, but Amazon Prime Video is pretty nice. Pretty nice. The Boys might be the best show ever. Homelander might be the best villain ever. Can't wait for the series finale. And they got football on there now. I can't name a single other Amazon show, but yeah, The Boys is good. So we'll see. We're up 68%. They make up about 5% of my portfolio, which is pretty good spot to me. And they do not pay a dividend. So yeah, I'd like to add more to this position, just not right now. Um, Next up is Coinbase. This is probably my worst play of all time in the whole portfolio. They IPO'd 2 years ago. When did they IPO? 3 years ago. Three and a half. I literally have an average cost of $360, and it has never been 360. So how that's possible? They literally went to like 360 and then just tanked, and then went to like 360 and just tanked. So we're down 25%. We were having a pretty good month before the interest rate cuts. We almost got back our money. I think it'll do okay long term. Um, they do make a lot of money, surprisingly. What I was worried about is the competition Coinbase has. And the reason why I bought at 360 is a YouTuber told me to, so that means don't listen to this video because he said it was going to $700 by the end of the year, which obviously it didn't, and he has also made some pretty outrageous claims. Um, he's one of those people that are really lucky with one stock, like I did with Nvidia, but he got really lucky with Tesla, and then all his other picks have been terrible. And I'm not gonna say his name, but yeah, don't listen to everybody on YouTube. Next up is ConocoPhillips. I don't even know if I said the name right. This was just an oil stock that was cheap right after the pandemic, and I didn't know what I was doing, so I bought some. And we're up 180%, $300. I wish I would have bought a lot more. And we get $4 now for our dividend, which isn't bad. A lot of these oil stocks they go up and down, depending on what's going on. So I expect it to keep doing that. You see, there's a lot of peaks and valleys. So if ever it drops really low again, we'll buy more oil for sure. Um, Next up, we have Disney, which I have been buying this year. I know everybody thinks that Disney is a dumpster stock because, let's be real, they're beefing with the Florida governor here in Florida. I live here. Star Wars movies are now trash. Very oversaturated, all their movies. Marvel is trash. Pixar has not been doing too good, or like their animated films haven't been doing too great. Moana 2, I know I didn't say that right either. Was an amazing movie though. So there's that. And then if you live around Disney, California, wherever, Florida, you know and you realize that there are people that are obsessed with Disney, that will buy everything Disney, that will go to Disney every weekend, any day that they can go to Disney, they will. And yeah, I am up $300, 20%. I'm getting an $8 dividend. They just raised their dividend again, which is nice. Um, as you can see, as of 2 months ago, I was buying. Oh wait, never mind. As of last year, I was buying Disney stock. Man, time has flown by this year. But yeah, they've been having a weird year, and go Disney. I hope they do well, even though they are greedy and they overcharge for everything in their parks and online, and they don't have that many good new ideas. But I'm probably going to see them in Fossil movie too. Next up is Delta Airlines. The reason why I bought this stock is because I went to the airport when they were doing bad, and the airport was filled with people. Everyone was saying that the airlines were not going to do good. No one wanted to travel, but everyone wants to travel. Doesn't matter. People always go to the airport, and they have been doing very well. Small position, 6 shares, $33, up 160. We'll take it. I don't think they pay a dividend yet. Oh, they do. So 90 cents a quarter. Not These little dividend payments are not going to seem like a lot, but when they all add together, it's actually, I think I'm going to get paid $900 this year, which is pretty good. Next up is Darden Restaurants. Same logic. Bought this right after the pandemic. Um, I remember going into Olive Garden after the pandemic with my mask on. Everybody had their mask on in the pandemic and then was eating food. And yeah, people just love to go out to eat, including me. And we are up $400, and they pay a dividend of $5.60, $1.40 per share every quarter. And yeah, I'm not going to add any more to this position, but I'm going to keep it in my portfolio for the diversity. Next up is Gain. This is our first REIT. And I literally only bought this because of a YouTube video where some guy was buying them. He was talking about how cheap it was back then, where it was like $3, $5, and he just kept buying. And they pay every month. So they pay, I want to say $8 every month. And then sometimes they get a bonus dividend. Like you see here, I have a $70 bonus dividend, which is actually insane. Absolutely insane. So even though we're only up 12%, the dividends have really been working for us, and we use it to buy other stocks. So probably stay at 100 shares. Same thing. This is owned by the same person. Um, what's dude's name? David Gladstone. This guy's a legend. And this is the commercial thing. We're down 5% on this, but we make $2 a month. Honestly, if this thing dropped back to like $11, I'd probably buy some. But right now, it's how commercial real estate is. Not buying anymore. Like I said, I bought this when I first started investing, and I don't really regret it because sometimes you need to see these little payments to like motivate you to keep going, if that makes sense. Next up is Google. Google is probably my favorite company. Like I love YouTube. I'm gonna post this to YouTube even though no one's gonna watch it. Um, I watch YouTube every day. I have YouTube Premium. Every kid on earth loves YouTube. They also started paying a dividend, so this is what I've been buying up lately. We're at 30 shares. Um, I did get cooked on a call. Don't worry about that. But if we look at the dividends, they pay $5.46 now. So, yep, I love Google. Um, I think they're going to keep growing, even though they have some beef with Trump. Trump was beefing with Google and some other lawsuit stuff. I think they're not going anywhere. People love YouTube. Next up is Robinhood. Obviously, I'm using Robinhood. A lot of people say it's for noobs. There's a lot of better apps you can use or whatever, but I don't know. I think this is kind of like the whole iPhone thing. Even though there might be better alternatives, it's so easy to use, and they keep making it better. Like I remember they didn't have fractional shares. Now they have aftermarket things, limit orders, crypto, all this stuff. They keep trying to make it better, and they've given me no reason to think that they're not going to keep improving. So a lot of people hate on this stock, but we're up 70%. And yeah, they keep making more and more money. So we'll see what happens. Next up is JEPI. I do not like this covered call ETF because they charge you at a higher tax rate. And we're up 6%. I literally, a lot of these stocks you'll see I either bought because I saw it was cheap or because of a YouTube video. So I do have some regrets. But yeah, they do like a covered call strategy and then they pay you based off the earnings of the covered calls. So as you can see, we made $2 this month, almost $2. So it'll be different every month, but yeah, I'm probably not buying any more of this. Maybe we'll sell off at some point. Next up, we have Coke. This is another stock that I bought when I first got the app. I was just like, oh man, I can own Coca Cola. It was cheap, and 10 shares at $50.14. We're up 23%, and they pay us $4.85. Not bad. I'll take it. And yeah, probably won't add any more to that. LI Auto. This is a Chinese EV company. We're up 41% on. I used to have more shares of this, and I just keep selling it off and selling it off and selling it off because China, nothing against Chinese people or anything like that, but their government does some shady stuff, and the crime over there, it's kind of like it's hard to tell. You can find a business with really good fundamentals, they make a lot of money, and it doesn't matter because the government can step in and be like, "No, you're good." All that stuff with the Alibaba CEO just went missing after he talked bad about the government is kind of crazy, but whatever. Yeah. Southwest Airlines, same thing. We're only up 8%, but you know, I believe even though they're losing a bunch of money too, I think we'll be okay. And I wish they would cut their dividend so they could save all this money, but they're paying us too. Next up, we have McDonald's. McDonald's has been taking some heat lately with their recalls, how expensive everything is, and all that, but it's probably not going anywhere, in my opinion. So I'm a big McDonald's fan. I eat there all the time. I get their breakfast. I'm trying to stay away from it, even though that doesn't sound good because we know it's unhealthy. But yeah, we're up 34% and $10.62 dividend. Not too shabster. Next up, we got Facebook or Meta platforms, and you'd be surprised how much money Instagram and Facebook makes. They make a ton of ad revenue. They're going to pay us $60.50, which is bonkers. 8% of the portfolio. Um, we're up almost 5 grand on this position. So, yeah, really like it. This was a great buying opportunity, too. I forgot what was going on. I think my kid was having surgery, so I didn't have any money at the time. But I remember seeing this and wanting to buy more shares. And, yeah, messed up. It's crazy. There's always opportunities to make money every single day. So don't feel like you missed out on anything. Next up is Marathon Petroleum, another pandemic stock that I bought just because oil was going really low and I got lucky and it's been going up right now. So wouldn't be surprised if it drops back down. Maybe I should actually sell out of this position now that I'm looking at it. But yep, they're doing great and they are paying us $5.46 every month. So next up is Microsoft. This is one of the ones that I want to buy more of soon. I'm up 60%, almost 2 grand, and they pay me, let me see, $9.29, 83 cents per share, and I would love to buy more. Even though I hate what they're doing with Call of Duty, they killed Call of Duty. I thought they'd make COD better, but COD was already dying. But man, they are not doing a good job with Black Ops 6. And obviously their cloud stuff is great. Windows is great. All that. Their stuff with Xbox Game Pass and all that is great as well. So good on them. They're good at making money. They're not going anywhere, in my opinion. Next up, Nvidia. This has been carrying the whole portfolio. We're up 18 grand on these guys. I'm not going to be buying any more right now because they weigh so much in my portfolio that I want to buy some other stuff just in case anything goes down. But if they stay at 25%, that means that they're skyrocketing. So we'll keep it up. They pay 1 penny per share in dividend, which is pretty crazy, and I do not care at all about that. I care about their growth, and they have been monstrous these past couple of years. So if we get another 5 years of this, man, we are in great shape, even though that would never happen. But yeah. Nintendo, man, I bought this a while ago. I thought they would announce the Switch 2. What is going on? Where is the Switch 2? Um, the Switch is obviously really outdated. They need to come out with the Switch 2 next year. They need to. I think the Switch is one of the best consoles ever made in terms of like, portability and stuff like that and how you use it. Like how they knocked it out of the park with the Wii. I think they did it with the Switch, but it's time for them to come out with the second one, not just the OLED version or anything like that. So yeah. They also pay a dividend, kind of hit or miss. It was $7 and $1.82. So yep. Next up is Realty Income. I know out of the 4 people that watch this video, all of you know what this is, but in case someone does watch this and they don't know what this is like the king of monthly paying dividends. You pay $50 and then you get like 20 cents a month. So you get a quarter a month out of $50. So yeah, we get 13.44 every single month, and they have been having a bad 1 year and a bad 5 years. So that's totally fine. If this goes below $49 or below 50, I will buy more and probably go all the way to 100 shares. Next up is whatever this stock is. I know a lot of people love this stock. I'm not going to try to say it. Um, I have no idea what it is. It was $13. People are memeing this up, and I'm up 480%. And I know you're not supposed to buy anything without knowing what it is, but it was $13, and it's trading at 400 times PE ratio. So you tell me. I don't know what's going on with this thing, but yep, we'll see what happens. Next up, we got this is a Canadian stock that is like an oil company, and they were paying monthly dividends, and then they changed to quarterly, and they pay me $4 every quarter, and I'm up 50% on this, $130, so not too bad. Rolls Royce, this is another stock. I first started buying stocks, and I saw Rolls Royce was $4. I'm like, man, that's a great deal. And I don't know if that was true, but we're up 70% after a very long hold, a very, very, very long hold, where I thought this thing was going to go out of business. But yeah, now we're here. Um, they charge me these weird fees, which I'm not even sure what they are, so that's why I'm saying don't trust anything I say in this video. But they did pay me $19 one time for 10 shares. So I don't know what was up with that, but yeah, that was pretty nice. Next up is Starbucks. I will be buying more Starbucks if they keep dropping. I love Starbucks. A lot of people in their 20s and teens and 30s, they all love Starbucks. So yeah, they I could definitely see them going back over $100 again in 2025. They also pay a dividend. I get paid $20 every quarter now. Not too shabster, and I will definitely be buying more if it keeps dropping. Sony. Sony, they kind of messed up with their PS5 Pro, but they also make electronics and stuff, other electronics and stuff. So they just had a stock split, 5-1. Um, they pay a hit or miss dividend. Probably not going to be adding too much more, but yeah, I didn't even know they had this giant drop off. It's kind of crazy. Um, wow, but yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. Simon Property Group. This was a REIT right after the pandemic that I saw had dropped pretty low. They do like shopping malls and stuff. As you can see, they were like $50 at one point, $40, and then they shot up. They shot back down. But yeah, they pay me 420 for owning 2 shares, so we'll keep that in there. This is a another YouTube video ETF type deal that I bought. They pay me every month. I'm up 50%, but I won't be buying any more of this. They pay me 69 cents a quarter now. So, yep. Next up is Tencent. Love this company, but unfortunately it's Chinese, so I may or may not buy any more. They make Unreal Engine. They own Fortnite. They own a lot of video game stuff. I'm down 13%. But yeah, I really like this company. Like a lot. They also pay some random dividends, like once a year. And if this was an American company, I would be buying a lot more. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Nike, this is the newest position. Well, this and another one I'll show you in a minute. I just bought this month. As you can see, I've been buying shares this month, and we have an average cost of 77.69. We're down 1%, but this is kind of like a legacy brand thing. It's been having a really rough year. I know there's a lot of competition. Maybe I'm just a boomer. I think Nike will bounce back, but everyone's like, well, look at Adidas, look at Skechers, look at New Balance, all this stuff. I think Nike will come back. There's been a lot of dips where it's dipped, it's gone down, it's dipped, it's gone down, dipped, gone down, dipped, gone down, or gone up, dipped, gone up, dipped, gone up. You know what I'm saying. So we'll see what happens. Next is TJ Maxx. If you don't like TJ Maxx, ask your girl's friends, ask all of them. They will spend all day in here and a lot of money. I wish I would have bought more of it, but yeah, 2 shares. They give me 75 cents every quarter, and yeah, very small amount of portfolio, but yeah. Ask your girl. They love TJ Maxx. Taiwanese semiconductor manufacturing. Um, Obviously, semiconductors are insane right now, so they make a lot of chips. I'm not going to be buying any more, but we're getting a nice little $4.94 dividend. Well, that was the last one we got, so yeah, not too bad. Take Two Interactive. If you don't know, now you know they make GTA 6. Well, they're going to make GTA 6 if it ever releases. Red Dead, 2K, Borderlands, all that jazz. And yeah, I was kind of hoping that GTA 6 would come out and then they would make even more money. But yeah, 2K, anyone that plays 2K, you know how much money people spend on that game. So I don't think they're going anywhere. Pretty good company. Um, Next up is our first like real. I know I did an ETF earlier. Real ETF. SCHD. This is like a big dividend growth company, and we are only up 5% year to date, and they make up 2% of my portfolio, but they pay us $19 in dividends. And as you can see, I kind of just throw extra cash I have, 20 or $50, $25, $100, and I buy this up, and yeah, it's nice. I like it. So, not the highest grower. As you can see, only 39% in the past 5 years, but they've been growing their dividend. And if you reinvest it, I don't necessarily reinvest it in this stock, but I will use whatever money, whatever dividends I get, I'll use to buy another share of something else. And yeah, and to counterbalance that, This is the totally opposite cousin, Triple Q, which is super high growth ETF, and I'm only up 6%. So I guess it's on the same growth pattern as SCHD, but um, yeah, this is like the tech heavy. So we can look at the top 10 holdings: Apple, Microsoft, a lot of stuff I already own, honestly. But yeah, Triple Q. They also pay a tiny dividend of 46 cents. But yeah, I try to do the same thing. If I throw money at Triple Q, I throw it at SCHD and vice versa. And last but not least, Target. I just bought this the other day. We got 5 shares this time. The reason is we having a we're having a big drop off, and then on top of that, I know they had like their woke movement. People are mad about that. The anti woke people are pissed about that. But here's the deal: your wife, your girlfriend, your mom, your sister, they all love Target. And I'm sure there's going to be one anti woke person that'll be like, a woman that'll be like, I hate Target. I've always liked Walmart more. No, you haven't. You're just now saying that. And it's killing you that you're not going in there shopping. And you hope that everybody forgets. So you just don't go in there. But people love Target. Now, I'm not saying that with the tariffs and stuff, you should be worried about the tariffs. But right now, a 13 PE ratio, I think this company is a little undervalued. Personally, just my opinion. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, people love Target. I know they're overpriced. I know it's different than Walmart, but people love it. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, that is the end of the video. If you actually came this far and watched this, somehow, leave a comment and say that you watched the entire thing. I know I'm not gonna have any comments, and I know probably no one's gonna watch this. But I'm sure maybe 10 years from now I could show my kids this, and then they'll be like, "Wow, Dad, you really never gave up." So the goal for 2025 is to hit 100K. I think we can do it, and then we'll see what happens from there. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. This has been your boy Two Terms, signing out.